Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today we will watch a short retelling of the movie Final Destination 2. The action in the film takes place a year after the explosion of Flight 180. Kimberly goes on vacation with 3 friends. While the girl is waiting for the traffic light to switch from red to green, a vision comes to her. A huge logging truck loses its cargo, resulting in a terrible car accident in which many people were supposed to die, including herself and her friends. Recovering, Kimberly realizes that the same catastrophe is about to happen, but she blocks the road to her cars in time, as a result of which dozens of cars do not leave the highway. While Officer Thomas is trying to figure out what's going on, the same logging truck is already really losing its load of logs, and the same car accident occurs, but with the participation of other people. Suddenly, a truck rams Kimberly's SUV, killing her friends, but Thomas manages to save her. At the police station, when Officer Thomas is talking to them, Kimberly mentions the bombing of Flight 180. The rest of the survivors don't believe it and all leave. Kimberly visits Claire, the heroine of the first film, who is the only one who did not die, as she went to a psychiatric hospital, eliminating any possibility of an accident. From Claire, Kimberly learns that death should take people in the order in which they should have died in a car accident. However, death started from the end. Thus, the participants of the accident can predict the sequence of victims. On the same day, Evan dies after his head is pierced by a fire escape, by which he tried to escape from a burning apartment. Tim is the second in line. Kimberly has a vision that the guy is dying from pigeons. Together with his mother Nora, he goes to the dentist, and there, due to a short circuit in the electrical network, he almost dies, euthanized by laughing gas. A rubber fish toy falls into Tim's mouth, and he almost dies, but the nurse takes the toy out of his mouth, saving his life. Leaving the hospital, they are met by Police Officer Thomas and Kimberly. They arrive at the scene too late. Tim scares away a flock of pigeons that fly at the crane operator, which causes him to accidentally drop a glass panel that crushes him. Kimberly and Thomas decide to hold a meeting with the rest of the survivors. Since mother and son were in the same car, it is clear who will be next. All the survivors gather in one place, where they exclude any possibility of dying. The grief-stricken mother tells Kimberly that she is ready for death and is not going to run away from it. They see a toy man with prosthetics in the shadow. It's a sign. Kimberly and everyone else rush to warn Nora about the danger that threatens her. Nora rides in the elevator, along with Eugene and a man with prosthetics in a box. After receiving a call from Tom, Nora begins to panic. One of the prosthetics is tangled in her hair. In wild terror, Nora waits for the elevator doors to open, and runs out. However, the elevator is broken, the doors immediately close, and the elevator itself goes up. Thus, Nora's head got stuck in the elevator, which led to a fatal outcome. Eugene grabs Tom's revolver and puts it to his head. He pulls the trigger, but the weapon does not fire 6 times in a row. According to Claire, Eugene's turn hasn't come yet. It turns out that death can be stopped if the child of one of the participants is born. Pregnant among the victims, it turns out, is Isabella. Kimberly sees in her visions a white van drowning in a lake. Everyone remembers that the white van belonged to Isabella. We need to hurry, because Isabella's baby is their only chance of salvation. Tom gives an orientation to the woman's car, and the police detain her. The company calms down a little while Isabella is at the station. She's fine. However, the woman's water broke, and the policeman has to take her to the hospital. All the survivors, on the contrary, go to the station. Suddenly a van rushes towards them, the car goes off the road, a log hits it, blocking Kat's legs. The car spins backwards and a large sharp pipe almost hits Kat's head. Eugene has a damaged lung and is being sent to the hospital. At this moment, Rory saves the farmer's son from a driving van. When the van stops, it breaks through the gas tank, causing gasoline to run through the pipe past Kat's car. Firefighters try to pull Kat out of the car, but when one of them tries to saw a log, the airbag triggers, sticking Kat's head on the pipe and instantly killing her. The cigarette falls out of Kat's hand and hits the pipe, igniting gasoline and causing the van to explode. The explosion throws the barbed wire from the fence onto Rory, cutting him apart. Thomas, Kimberly and Claire are going to the hospital. A boy is born to Isabella. Claire, Kimberly and Tom rejoice, the curse, in their opinion, has been stopped. But another vision comes to Kimberly. Isabella did not die in a car accident on the highway. Then she sees a white van, her hands are covered in blood, the van is sinking. She tries to warn Claire, but before she can, Claire finds Eugene's room. There is a gas leak in the ward. Claire opens the door to the ward and due to a short circuit, a gas explosion occurs. Claire and Eugene die. After thinking about an earlier vision, Kimberly gets into the van and drives it into the lake, believing that she is the new life. She drowns in the lake, thereby missing Thomas, since she is the last in line. The doctor resuscitates her, thereby forcing her to cheat death. By making herself and Thomas the only survivors, Kimberly cheated death. Some time later, Kimberly and Tom are visiting farmers who witness the deaths of Kat and Rory. At this time, in an explosion, death takes Brian, who was alive last time thanks to Rory. Kimberly and Tom remain alive. This is where the film ends. Write your opinion in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and we'll meet in a new video.